Good morning, Proud2b ME Facilitators. Trust you are well. I got a request from Ricky asking how do you deal as a facilitator with the issue if you run out of time, especially with the theory that you want to cover in your work. So first of all, I think I just want to say that it's something that happens often. It's in the beginning. It's the more practice and the more times you do the program, the more you get used to how to time manage. Not only your theory, but also the interaction that you allow in the group. In the beginning, we speak about the basic principles and the fact that we're there together and that we are there to give each other time. And one of the most important things for us as facilitators is that we need to be the gatekeepers of how much time we allow for certain exercises and activities, and especially how much time do we allow for people speaking up and wanting to share how they feel. I find many times that we give them a lot of time because we feel sorry or we think that emotionally they need someone to talk to. Remember, the Proud2b ME program gives them the time to start a process of reflection. We are there. It's a people-driven approach where we are there to start them to ignite the process of opening up and accepting that vulnerability needs to change into gentleness. So my advice to you is as follows. Before you start your session, make a list of 5 things and put it in a hand. Draw it for yourself onto a picture with the hand like I always do, and say, these are the 5 major theoretical things that I need to get through today. Developing the program, I've made sure that we don't have more than that. Because yes, we don't want to overdo it with one session at all. So what I always do is that I say to my group in the beginning, listen, we have quite a bit to get through, and I basically acknowledge with them, I want you today get through. I want to share with you the concept and the mind picture of a petrol station and how we actually symbolize that in our homes. I want to today share with you the 3 emotional developmental stages and how it affects our behavior now and also the behavior of our children. I want to get through the 3 parenting styles with you, and then I want to do a couple of exercises which will help you to understand these things much better. So we have quite a bit to get through. So I'm going to ask everyone to work together. If they've got something to share, try and keep it to a certain, keep it short, so that we all have time to interact with each other. We can also maybe split up in 2 groups instead of 1 group, so that 2 groups separately have time to share. That's not really something that I promote, because I feel that the groups usually want to speak and hear each other as a group and not as 2 separate groups. So I would suggest what you do is put the major things you want to get through in a hand and share it with your group before you start. When you share it with your group, you also kind of like reflect back for yourself, knowing that's what I need to get through. The more you are going to run the program, the more you'll get used to the time frames. I'm very, very specific about watching my watch, not while someone talks, but when I tell people to maybe do an exercise and they look down, that's when I look at my time and make sure that I'm kind of like in time. All in all, I think the important thing is that as a facilitator, we need to think on our feet, and it's all practice. practice makes perfect. It's not going to, in the first 6 months, be perfect. It's not going to be perfect in the first 3 months. Allow yourself time to learn how to schedule, how to time management. Just a quick one on last week, I was asked to do a teen pregnancy prevention program with a group of school children in a rural village about an hour and a half's drive from Cape Town. Unfortunately, somewhere along the line between the school and my office, the word intervention slipped in. So there's a big difference between a teen pregnancy intervention program and a teen pregnancy prevention program. I ended up having to, I walked into this school and I saw I've got a group of almost 100 15-year-olds in front of me. I was prepared. I had my booklets ready for intervention, which is when something has already happened. So now I was expecting to work with teenage parents, people who's already pregnant or already parents as teenagers. I walked in on the dot and I saw I've got about 100 15-year-olds. So the important thing for me was I had to think on my feet, and immediately I realized I cannot give them these booklets. And I now have to change my mind. I have to give myself a few minutes to say, okay, I have to shift my teaching today from intervention to prevention. But because I know the material, because I've done it so many times, I can. But if you told me that in the first 6 months of me being a facilitator for Proud2b ME, I probably would have collapsed. So I want to say to you, stay calm, prepare yourself, and practice makes perfect. It's not going to be perfect immediately. You'll find your feel for the program. The better you know the material, and the better you feel that you've got the material in your head and in your body and part of you without even having to look at the book. So hang in there, schedule yourself before the time, say it yourself, and share with your group what you've got to get through. So good luck. If there's anything else, please do give it to Ricky. I'm very, very happy to do some mentorship videos with you. Go loud, go proud, and do it. You can. Lots of love and hugs. Drukkies. Bye.